Yo, it's your boy Theo, at it again, making another video. We're gonna be watching some about DSP because apparently it's not really like DSP's in a very tough time right now. I know right now as I'm recording this is Tuesday 11/25, and his Patreon. I think last time I checked, his Patreon was actually really good. He's doing really good, guys. It's 1071, $1,071 with 210 patrons. So the patrons went up, and he reached the goal. Uh, we'll get into like why he reached the goal, but first off, I kind of want to talk about. Someone's gonna probably mention this. Yes, we're watching a video on Fred Fux's channel, and I tried to look for the actual pre-stream. I mean, does he link it here? No. But I guess unfortunately, we're gonna have to watch it here. Uh, you know, I tried to look for the actual pre-stream, but I couldn't find it. So we're gonna have to deal with this, guys.
Alright, good evening everyone. Hello and welcome to my second gameplay stream for the day, which is more Transformers Devastation. It's going to be about 2 hours of gameplay here on the stream. Not much to say on the pre-stream tonight. The only thing I'm going to say is this week has pretty much been turning out to be a big flop. And that's disappointing because, you know, I'm trying to really get stuff going with the hardcore gaming season, typically with all the new...
And also, this was in October. In October, he was saying this.
This is the season that I get a boost in my business, and that has not happened. And it's not like the games I'm playing are bad either. You know, Transformers Devastation, in my opinion, is the best Transformers game I've ever played out of all the ones I've played over the years. I really like this Gaia 5. I thought Metal Gear Solid Online was okay last night. Was it great? No, but it's decent, you know. And you know, so I don't know what it is. I would guarantee you tonight we're not going to see many people on stream for whatever friggin' reason. I don't understand it.
Freaking reason.
Again, I've said this earlier today. It's not like there was any kind of an event that happened that I pissed a lot of people off or anything like that. Just came off of some very popular and successful playthroughs like Until Dawn, and just I'll be honest, the beginning of the Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough was very successful. It was only until, you know, the game turned out to be a 70-hour-long endeavor that people really, you know, trailed off from that playthrough. But I'm going to keep playing stuff. I'm going to keep trying to have fun. I really like this Transformers game, so I'm going to play it tonight. I am going to do a more of an audible this week than I thought I was going to. Originally this week, I was going to focus on Metal Gear Solid Online and Transformers. That was going to be my main focus with this Gaia 5 in the background. At this point, it's not working out so well, okay? So what I'm thinking is tomorrow, tons of people this week have been messaging me, asking me if I'm going to be playing this beta of Star Wars Battlefront, which I really haven't been following. I haven't been really paying attention. The truth of the matter is I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront in November anyway. I plan on getting it. I played the first two games and really enjoyed them. So I was getting Star Wars Battlefront regardless, and I thought people would rather see me play new games than a beta. But apparently that's not the case. Everyone this week seems to be like talking about this beta. Like this is the big thing this week. As if the other games don't matter and the beta is the only thing that matters. Really odd to me, but if people want to see me play the beta, I'll play the beta, and I'm thinking I'm going to do that tomorrow. What I'll do is, whenever it comes out, if the beta is available on my first stream, then I'll do that, okay? If not, let's say it's not available in time for my first stream, then we'll do Transformers. And then my second stream tomorrow will be the Star Wars Battlefront beta. And then we'll see, based off of how good the beta is, if I play it again this week or what, okay? But at this point, I'm trying to mix it up and do something. I don't know what to do to attract people to come watch my stuff. You know, it is what it is. I'm a person, I'm a one-man business. In reality, when it comes down to it, I don't have anyone who promotes me.
No one.
I don't have anyone who, you know... There's no really cross-collaboration. There never really has been between myself and other people. There's no way for me to get the word out when I'm doing stuff. I'm quite honestly surprised so many people watch my Until Dawn playthrough, and now where did they go? I can't believe I got that many views on Until Dawn as, you know, like I did. To have some, you know, it looked like a good 15 to 20,000 people watched that entirety of that playthrough. And, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm confused. Quite honestly, I'm confused. And I don't, used to be, like I said, yeah, there might be a week or two where there were new releases during the hardcore gaming season and it didn't work out. There may be some games that weren't good. But I like these games that I'm playing right now. I'm having a ton of fun as a gamer. And as a businessman, I'm worried. I guess we'll have to see what happens. We do have big, heavy hitters coming out. But now, now the thing is, now I look at the schedule, right? I look at the schedule of what's the next few weeks, and I get worried because I look, okay, well, this week apparently is going to be a dud. Next week, we've got The Witcher 3 DLC, which I'm excited for, but no one really got into my Witcher 3 playthrough earlier this year, so I'm not expecting much out of that. The other big release next week is Dragon Quest Heroes, which is a JRPG with action elements from the makers of Dynasty Warriors. People didn't really watch my Hyrule Warriors playthrough years ago, so I don't know if anyone's going to want to see that. You know what I mean? And, and then you got to factor in the other thing. There is another game coming out next week, which I wasn't even aware of, and I got an email from someone who says that they might be able to get me a review or free copy of the Talos Principle, which is supposed to be coming out on PlayStation 4 next week. I guess it's like a remastered version for the PlayStation 4. This game was very popular and very well reviewed on the PC, but I never played it. And it's coming out next week, and they were like, gee, would you like to play it? I was thinking, maybe it's something good. Maybe that'd be something interesting and different to mix up the content rather than me doing, Dragon Quest Heroes. Maybe I should do Talos Principle and balance that with Witcher 3, So, I don't know. We'll see what happens next week, but that's what I'm worried about. Next week, no real big heavy hitter, right? The week after that, there's no real big heavy hitter. It's not until really October 23rd.
October.
When Assassin's Creed comes out, that we're going to have something big, that people are really excited for. Assassin's Creed, and then Halo, WWE, and in my Halloween special, I really expect the end of October to do pretty decently. But right now, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm playing games, I'm enjoying them, I'm doing what I do best. I'm trying to just follow the course, don't veer from it,
like
don't
that,
get discouraged, keep going.
Mr. Krabs.
And hopefully things will, typically what's happened over the years, yes, I've definitely seen a decline, but if I just stay positive and I stay to the course, things usually find a way to correct themselves and fix everything, And I found creative solutions creative solutions around stuff, is what I meant to say. Patreon, a big thing this year that helped me. But,
Patreon.
It is what it is. All I can say is I got to push forward positively and continue and hope for the best, You know what I mean?
See how depressed he is in this pre-stream that was last year in October? You're going to notice something that's going to be kind of suspicious in a minute. We're going to stop here. You don't really need to hear the rest, but just remember, he was depressed in October last year, guilt-tripping his fans, basically. But instead of it being like, donate to my Patreon is this views, he wants to be Mr. Views. So, there's that. Now, let's bring it to the present, guys. October 23rd, 2016, this guy, you'll see why his Patreon went up, because... Oh boy, DSP's hot content, guys. Let's watch this. Oh, actually, before we even watch this, let's just take a looky look at the comments a little bit. DK Mario Link, shouldn't you use the dashboard your partner provides you? They are way more accurate than YouTube's. The dashboard that partner companies provide is based on YouTube analytics data. If analytics doesn't update, neither does the partner dashboard. So it's pretty useless, except it actually totals the amount I'm making across all 3 of my partner channels versus having to see it individually on YouTube. Okay. Phil, I hate to say it, but you might need to start changing your lifestyle. You might need to start doing that edited style of video instead of your raw style. I prefer your style as is, but unfortunately, you may need to consider it. But it's too late. Realistically speaking, it's way too late for him to even do that, because he's not gonna get, if he starts doing that, he's gonna quit YouTube at that point, because he's not gonna get the views that he would be expecting to once he did that change. It's not gonna work for him, and which is a problem for him, because his editing as is stagnating. The way that he edits videos is the exact same, and he doesn't really change anything. So it's insane. Allow stream comments on YouTube, less videos daily with editing. But he's not gonna do that. He needs to spam your inboxes. Not really your fault. It's just that you're stuck in the summer. But this isn't the summer. Like, what does the summer have to do with something that's going on in October? Listen, Phil, I used to be a huge fan. I enjoyed watching your playthroughs. Your problem is that you're not gaining new followers. He's right. This guy I'm already agreeing with. This is the main issue. Ask yourself why. No one likes to watch full raw playthroughs anymore. I used to watch maybe half when I was younger, but nowadays I only watch a few, mainly the first and last. I don't have the time. In my opinion, what you need to do is 1. The raw playthrough should be only with big releases. If you look at your channel, the big games usually do good. The games I meant are like Fallout, Skyrim, GTA, Final Fantasy. You might end up playing 3 to 4 games a year, raw, unedited. But the thing is that he also needs to understand that people like watching Scarface, and he's not giving them Scarface. So all those people left, and that's probably what happened. But let's continue. Try to talk with your viewers. Don't get angry when you disagree with someone. Be cool. You need to work on that. He does. The thing is that it's fine if he still disagrees with them, and it's fine that if he disagrees. It's just he needs to stop insulting people over it. And that's the problem that this guy that DSP has, is that once he disagrees with you, he will insult you easily. And it's like, who would want to stay around that, For the rest of the games, you need to adopt other methods. Editing is the answer, as I said before. I don't have time to watch 40 videos. I would rather 3 edited videos highlighting your adventure. These are some ideas I would like to share with you. Good luck. But I think the other issue that Phil's gonna bring up is, I did hits of the week and it didn't do well. But it's just that he didn't stick with that long enough. He didn't adapt it. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything to change it, and he kind of stays the same. It's like I would not tell you, oh, I'm changing this channel for the better. It's gonna be major improvements. Obviously, that's not the case for this channel. But my main channel, Theo Does Videos. If you check that channel out, you see that my videos have changed over the years. Like they're completely different now than they were when they started. When you look at my indoor videos on my own channel, you see that. Before I did a lot of raw vlogs, and a lot of them were really bad, and I hated them. Now it's like, okay, well, I need to really organize what I have to say, put that together, then I do all this kind of then I edit it a little bit here and there. And those videos are a lot better, in my opinion. They might not get the views, sure, but I mean, I'm happy with what they get, with what I get. Phil, with his editing, with KOGaming, he improved and then he stopped. And it's like, as a YouTuber, you can't just improve and stop at some place and stagnate on that level. You have to keep improving. You have to keep trying new things. And he doesn't do that. Once he's complacent, he stays there. But let's watch this. And our ratings are disabled, of course. In the pre-stream, he disabled everything because he didn't want people to attack it. We're not going to watch that pre-stream because I think he just says the same thing he says here. So you don't really need to watch the same thing, is all.
Alright, what is going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and today is Sunday, October 23rd, 2016. This is the weekend preview, where I'm going to run down all the stuff that I'm going to be doing this week, including the continuing playthroughs of Battlefield 1, WWE 2K17, the release of a brand new game in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, the possibility of doing some DLC-style releases this week,
let's hear that again.
2, E2K week, including the continuing playthroughs of Battlefield 1, WWE 2K17, the release of a brand new game in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2,
a brand new game in Dragon Ball
doing some
Xenoverse 2.
DLC style releases this week. Batman in particular has a new episode coming out this week that I'm going to try to squeeze in if I can. And also, some coverage of KOGaming this week on KOGaming. I'm hoping to maybe have 1 or 2 videos up for you so that there's a good influx of new content on all of my channels rather than just on DSP Gaming, okay? And I'm going to get to that, but before I get to that, there's something important going on regarding myself and my business. I absolutely have to address it in this video. I already talked a little bit about it on my...
He has to address it. It has to do with his business. Remember the State of DSP address? Remember that? Remember that video.
Pre-stream earlier today, but I'm very much aware that a very limited amount of people actually watch my pre-streams that I upload to YouTube, and only a few hundred people are usually there for the pre-stream when I turn it on in the afternoon when I start my live streaming. So, if you're the kind of person that doesn't care about me or my business, and you only want to hear about what games I'm covering this week, fast forward, because I'm going to be talking about it for about 5-10 minutes, and then we're going to get to the schedule.
5-10 minutes. This video is 33 minutes long, and I think the way that Dragon Killer summed it is that it's 22 minutes. He doesn't put a timestamp because he wants people to hear this pity party. He has to have this pity party. And you know what? I think I was kind of against it. I might even play yesterday's pre-stream so you guys can really understand where he's at, guys.
But the bottom line is I don't have a real venue to talk about this kind of stuff anymore. I don't do my podcast. I don't do channel updates, right? And really, what opportunity do I have to talk directly to the viewers besides the weekend preview or maybe every once in a while Ask the King? Not much. I didn't want to do 2 videos because
yeah, obviously he never does vlogs. Remember the state of DSP address? What was the point of that video then? If you have no other venue to discuss. It's almost as if he just threw this into the weekend preview because he knew more people would watch it. Maybe that's why he put it in the weekend preview, not as a separate vlog.
I was afraid if I did 2 videos, then one video would overshadow the other and no one would talk about it, alright? The bottom line is this. My business isn't doing so well, and I don't know what's going on. Allow me to explain. Earlier this year, my business was doing well. DSP Gaming had a lot of new game playthroughs, including things like Dark Souls 3, Uncharted 4, Overwatch, Doom, tons of new stuff that was coming out during this time period of, say, March through June. And viewership was good, profit was good, everything was good. Also over on KOGaming, that channel was doing great because I was doing game reviews and impressions videos and montages, and it had some pretty consistent great viewership over there. And then the summer hit. And what happened was, there was a drought of new releases, almost nothing new coming out during the summer months. And people...
Again, I'm telling you what the reason why I played last year's pre-stream is it funny? Every October, he has this grand, pity party about his business. Isn't that kind of weird? I think it's very weird and suspicious. And also remember guys, he also went to expensive restaurants weekly, almost. He wants to go to California next year, and now his business isn't doing too good, even though he bragged about how his business is doing good. Maybe a few weeks ago before then. Whatever. I don't know. It's almost as if he's saying all this stuff so he can guilt trip his fans into giving him more money so he can go to California, maybe. See, California, I'm going to say right now, is a conspiracy theory of mine. I don't think it might not even be him going to California. He might just be saying all this stuff to pay taxes, but I have a feeling he's also doing this so that he can get money to go to California, because also taxes I don't think are going to be $1,000. I think taxes are a little bit more expensive. Just saying.
Said, well, Phil's not covering new games. That's what I'm interested in. And they went away. Now, this always happens. Every year, this has happened. The only year it hasn't happened ever was way back when. I think it was like 4 years ago, maybe even more, when I did the Grand Theft Auto Summer Marathon. I did Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Now, obviously, you can understand why. 3 games I had never played before, games that are difficult, games that are challenging, but also are huge cult following favorites and giant fan bases, some of the biggest games ever made. Of course, it makes sense that people turned out to watch those that summer. But
I like how he drinks water. It's so weird. But people were turning out to see Scarface, and then you decided to throw a hissy fit and not finish Scarface. Okay.
aside of that, the summer always is a time when everything comes to a screeching halt because there's no new game releases. And I have a business based off of covering new games, so you see what happens. There's always going to have highs and lows during the year. I did my best to put out content for you during the summer. You know what I mean? I did fun and creative stuff. I did downtime playthroughs of stuff that I had never done before. I tried out Sonic 2006, right? I did all this wacky stuff during the summer months. Trying to put out constant coverage for you of gaming in the hopes.
I like how I was like, I did Sonic 06, guys. I did it. And it was no way a Patreon reward. I did that. Like, he didn't do Sonic 06 because he wanted to do something fresh and new for the summer. He did that because people paid him to play it. He didn't do it on his own. If that goal did not get funded, he would have been screwed. And that is another issue actually. When you think about his Patreon, that is also poorly done. Is that it expects him. He's putting this content behind a paywall type deal, and if it doesn't get funded, it doesn't happen. So he's already short an event that he can use to get more money, to get more viewers and more attraction or whatever. But he puts it in under that paywall. So I don't know. It's just he needs to look at his Patreon and see what needs to be changed. And I tried to tell him that, and I didn't tell him. And before someone says, "Oh, well, you're trying to hurt his business," whatever, I gave him advice that I would give anyone who is having a Patreon like Phil's. I would say, look, you need to have better rewards. The rewards he has are pretty bad. Again, I've shown you other people's Patreons in a Patreon video, and you get more out of them than you do of DSP. And that's the problem with Patreon. You need to compete with other patrons. Yeah, it is about supporting your content, but you also need to make it more worth people's while, because no one would want to give you money for nothing.
That during those slower months, it would be okay because as the fall approached, as you know, the hardcore gaming season, right? Brand new games, they started in late August this year. Admittedly, September was a very light month for new games this year. There was maybe 1 or 2 tops. It was mostly like collections and re-releases and stuff like that. So in that regard, I wasn't expecting too much. But then when October hit, boom, this was the gaming motherlode where all the new releases, I mean, just think about the games that I've covered in just the past couple of weeks. Mafia 3, Gears of War 4, WWE 2K17, the PlayStation VR launch, including giant high-profile games such as Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Batman Arkham VR, Job Simulator, right? These really fun games and hilarious games to watch someone do in VR, and I cover all that for you fully. Then, this past week, right, new games such as Battlefield 1, and now the Dark Souls 3 DLC, which I just completed as of today. So tons of new content, and quite honestly, hundreds, if not at this point, almost $1,000 invested in new games, new gameplay equipment just for this month alone to cover new stuff and provide you with entertaining video content. Every single year that I've done YouTube, October, November, and December, when all the new games are coming out, I see a spike in views, and I see a spike.
Maybe you shouldn't have invested in the PSVR. If you saw how poorly or risky your business is, maybe the PSVR wasn't a worthy investment. That didn't give you like that wasn't really rewarding. So maybe you should have thought of that before you bought the PSVR. Just saying. But again, he isn't broke. He isn't struggling, guys. But he is struggling, guys. But he isn't.
In income because of it. And I depend on it because this is something that helps me at the end of the year to pay my taxes, to pay off my impending bills, things that I built up over the summer that really I couldn't pay off because I wasn't making a lot of money. This is kind of how YouTube works. You get highs and lows during the year. But I have bad news. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but according to YouTube, nothing is turning around, and basically I'm like this. I'm completely flat. During the summer, when there were no new releases, the same amount of people are now watching me cover all the new releases. Not one extra person has come back to watch me cover the new stuff. And I have a very hard time believing this. I really do, okay?
Oh, hey.
So let's talk honestly.
He's in denial. He's in denial mode. But the thing is, his stagnation kind of reflects his video content. If you really think about it, he didn't do anything for KOGaming that could have garnered views. He didn't do any videos on Dead Rising 1, Bioshock 1. He could have done KOGaming videos on those games. Didn't do it. It's like he reserves KOGaming only for new games, and that is a very, 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 very risky thing to do, and it's kind of dumb, in my opinion. When I on my main channel, Theo does videos. When I'm in between videos, or when I'm working on my Ruby Volume 3 review still, someone's gonna get pissed off I keep talking about that review. I try a lot of the time to upload something that is kind of off the wall or whatever, and I try to do different things. Because if I just do reviews over and over and over and over and over and over and over, people are just gonna go away. They're just gonna walk away eventually, because how fun can a channel be to watch if they're doing one thing only? And that's the thing with KOGaming, is that he tries to make it into like a variety channel, but really all he does on that channel is make reviews. Even the impression videos he does are basically reviews just without a score, and it just could have been a better channel, and that is the biggest disappointment in my opinion. Like I genuinely was very interested in KOGaming. I was about to subscribe to it because I was like, wow, this might be something interesting. I liked his Resident Evil 0 impressions video. I liked that, but then, you know, the more he uploaded, the more stuff he did with that channel, the less interesting it got. And then he'd start doing cringy clickbait thumbnails and titles that just made me not even watch anymore. And I stopped caring, because it was everything that I didn't want in that channel. And it was it kind of surprised me and disappointed me at the same time. So there you go.
Here, all right. Here's the deal. Right now I'm nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. Typically what happens is the end of the year we get this spike and it helps me out. And now, if I don't get any kind of an increase in viewership, in income in the next 3 months for the end of the year, which is the big push, you get the most ad revenue and everything, I don't know if realistically I'm going to be able to do this full time as a business. And that's terrible because
he doesn't know if he's going to be able to do this as a business, guys. He doesn't know, so hurry. Donate to him. Remember when he said that this year is going to be the best year in DSP gaming? Remember that?
this is an 8-year legacy. An 8-year investment of my life.
An 8-year legacy. Dude, he's just throwing that out so he can get sympathy money at this point, because my main channel, has been on YouTube since the beginning. Like, even before Phil. That channel has existed, and I made videos, like, way before Phil made videos or whatever. And I'm not telling people, guys, my YouTube channel is a legacy, guys. I've been doing this, I've been putting my life into my YouTube channel for so long. You guys need to give me views. And that's so fucking shitty, and I think it's also shitty that he's kind of telling people that they need to save him because he doesn't want to get a job. That's basically what he's saying. and that is really, it's shitty because it doesn't show that you're genuinely in it for any other reason, and you're just in it for the money. And I mean, yeah, I get it that he gets money on. The point is to also get money doing something he loves, but he's not really. It doesn't sound like that he even cares that much about his fans unless they give him money. Let's put it that way. Like, it's kind of shitty, and I can't really believe that he had the gall to even say this in any of his videos. He could have just said, like, oh, this isn't a good time for me. Um, things are uncertain. Maybe things will pick up, but please, guys, donate to my Patreon if you want to see me keep going. And that's it. That's all he had to say. This is ridiculous, and it's kind of shitty, and it's just really, really, really over the top. Like, dude, just dial it back.
Make a YouTube hobby turn into a job, and I've tried my best, even though I've made many mistakes over the years, to listen to the feedback of people and actively improve. And I will tell you something. I staunchly stand by the statement that I think 2016 has been the most positive gaming year in like 4 years that I've done YouTube.
Very positive. Doesn't know if he's able to continue doing YouTube for a living. Very positive, guys. This is what positivity sounds like. And also, talking about how he jerked himself off on stream, how he called people retards on Twitter, how he hates kids on Twitter. Well, not like real kids, but like trolls. Addressing Alpha Omega Sin. All those are positive events. Doing the State of DSP address, very positive. A positive year. Let's stand by that. No way is he just saying positive because for some reason. Positive, guys.
Too. Because let's face it, the past few years, things have been kind of on a negative trend. Last year, we had all the nasty trolling. I got swatted, and I had my YouTube channel destroyed by false copyright strikes. The year before, I was moving, and I was in transition, and there was an entire 2-3 months there where everything was in flux, and the hardware wasn't set up yet, and everything was kind of uncertain, right? And then the year before that was the year that I had adopted live streaming, and so there was a big kind of change of, oh man, people have to get to live streams instead of just on-demand videos, and there was a transition there. We're talking 3 to 4 years where things were constantly kind of in flux, and there was a lot of negativity and stuff thrown my way. This year in particular, I think it's been the opposite. There's been stuff that's tried to happen, and shut down. I mean, let's face it, that incident that happened back in May could have ended my YouTube career. It did nothing negative whatsoever.
Yeah, thank God that I'm not in this position because I jerked off. But it's better to know that I don't know why I'm in this position where I might have to stop doing YouTube for a business. I don't know why I'm in this position right now. But thank God it wasn't because I jerked off. Thank the Lord. Thank you, based YouTube God, that I did not lose my business because I jerked off on stream. Thank God that wasn't what did it in. Now I have to pretend to find out what did me in, and why. I don't know, but thank God it wasn't me jerking myself off on stream. Thank God it wasn't that. A event that wasn't even that big of a fucking deal. Thank God. Hallelujah.
Whatsoever. I continued on, I persevered, and I had several great months that May and onward into the summer because of the positive attitude that I had and all my viewers had, alright? And here's something else that I want to tell you. I certainly don't believe that it's the fault of me or you that whatever's going on with YouTube is happening, and they're claiming that I have no growth and no increase of anything during this hardcore gaming season. And let me explain why. I talked about it on the pre-stream earlier. I got to reiterate this. YouTube has a system called analytics by which it reads all the data on your videos, okay? According to YouTube analytics, this month of October, I have more likes, a striking increase in likes, okay? A striking increase in engagement, which means people are not only watching the videos, but they're watching for longer. Instead of just watching for 5 minutes, you're watching for 8 to 10 minutes. Now, I just pulled that out of my ass. I don't know if that's the assumption, but people are watching my videos longer before they click off to do something else, okay? People are sharing the videos more. I actually got that statistic. Tons of people are saying, share this video, watch this video, this is interesting. Phil's doing interesting stuff, okay? So everything that I'm seeing, total minutes watched, the length of time people are watching, likes, oh, and dislikes are down. That's the other thing too. People might say, oh, it's because you get the spam of dislikes from the haters, right? No, dislikes this month are down on my business, on DSP Gaming in particular. They're down because people are so excited to see the new stuff that I'm covering. They're enjoying it, they're liking it, they're thumbing it up, they're sharing it, everything. So all that makes it, oh, it's great. So then Phil's having a great month, and YouTube says no. Views are down, revenue's down. What? So what I'm seeing in the
Yeah, because disabling likes and dislikes doesn't change that at all in some videos, or upsets the ratio. No way did deleting millions of videos erase those ratings as well with the views that he lost. No, that can't be it, guys. It's just dislikes are down. Okay.
data is that I'm being told by you, the viewer, by what your activities, I'm doing the right thing. You're loving the content.
He's doing the right thing, guys. Everyone who said please play Scarface is wrong. People who say just continue doing what you're doing is right. Okay, I mean, whatever you say, Phil. I mean, no way does that mean that maybe the people who were your longtime viewers were people who wanted to see Scarface and then they got pissed off and left. Or, like, look at what happened to Persona 3. He turned Revan, as far as I know. I mean, I don't know if he's back in DSP's good graces, but Revan has completely gave up on Phil because he rage quit Persona 3, and look how he handled that. But obviously that wasn't enough to do him in, guys. Apparently, him insulting every single fan that told him play Persona 3 and Scarface, that didn't do him in. No.
And I'm still having a bad month. How does that make sense? It makes no sense whatsoever. I can't, as a logical being, I can't wrap my fucking head around it and make any logical sense out of it. Like, I'm stumped. This makes
stumped,
no... When you're being told directly from your customer base, you're doing the right thing, you're covering the fun stuff, keep at it, go for it, I do it, and then it says you fail. What? It's like, what? What the fuck? Now, maybe, I have no clue here, maybe YouTube screwed up. Maybe YouTube changed something, and now the views don't count. Like, a view, it has to be you watch a certain percentage of a video now for it to record as a view or something. I don't know. But the bottom line is, sadly, that ad revenue is tied to viewership, right? To get ad...
So, oh my god. First off, yeah, it does matter how far people watch a video for it to count as a view. I think that's what it happens, and if it does, that is even better because then you'll know where people dropped off, so you know what you might need to change in your video if people have just lost interest. You know what is wrong with your video if people lose interest. You know what you might need to try to have better engagement with your videos. But I like how it says I don't care about views because now now I get paid off of ads. But now he's saying that his ads are tied to his views. So then he never then what was the whole thing about views then and how you don't care about views? But now you're telling us why you care about views. Okay, that makes sense.
Revenue on a video, it needs to be a ad-supported view, meaning you have to not have ad blocker software on. You have to see the actual ad. Now, you can click on, remember some of this, I skip ad after a couple seconds. That's fine. But you actually have to physically see the ad in order for me to make any money on a video. Okay? So, I don't know if people aren't seeing the ads. If maybe there's just been a sharp increase in people using ad blocker software. This is the first year that my income is based off of ad revenue purely. So, I'm just in new waters here. I have no idea. All right, this is all hypothetical. Maybe YouTube did change the way that views are recorded, and therefore...
Didn't he have an ad-based contract before? Like, didn't he have that, like, at the beginning of YouTube? Because I remember he did a video where he was telling people to click on the ads or something. I'm pretty sure he had an ad-based contract before in some capacity. And then I think that maybe it was before he even got picked up by Machinima, maybe. I don't know.
Or even though people are loving what I'm putting out, half the people who are watching my content aren't getting recorded as views and I'm not making money on it. It could be, all right?
But if you're getting paid off of ads, how is views tied to that? It just sounds like ad blocker is the only thing that's doing your business in, Phil. Not the views. It's the ad blocker. But whatever, it is what it is.
The reason I'm bringing this up in this video is because the bottom line is I only have a couple months to basically try to turn this thing around. If I can't turn this around by the end of December, this might be like panic mode, meaning I have to go through extreme measures in order to figure out how to finance keeping doing this as a business. Meaning borrowing money, more money, which is going to suck because I'm already up to my eyeballs in debt. Borrowing even more money is not going to work. It's going to be a terrible idea.
Oh, I mean, at least he knows that it's a terrible idea to get into more debt. But the other thing is that I was talking to my mom about this because I was very curious about this, about refinancing and how that works, because I haven't been in that position. So the way that I understand refinancing is that you pay you pretty much kind of get a loan, I guess, and if you have like a mortgage or something, you're trying to pay off the house, and you want to refinance it, they will pay for like a certain amount, but then you have to pay for whatever is left over through interest. Now, what she said that I think is gonna is very interesting is that the federal government, whatever, is going to raise the interest. So he has to do it. They're gonna raise it in December. So he should do it right now to get the best interest rate, because otherwise they're gonna increase it. The reason why they're increasing it is because it's always been low. They've always had low interest rate. So the reason why, so they're like, well, we're not really getting money back. It's not very profitable to have these low interest rates. So by December, we're going to increase them to make up to so that we will get more money out of these people who do these refinancing. So he really should do it now, so that he gets that, so he gets to keep that low percentage of interest, than doing it later, where he's gonna have a higher interest rate into paying off this new debt. So it's really shitty where he's in right now. He's in a very shitty position, and he won't admit it. Even if he did refinance his house, it's still a shitty position. Don't get me wrong; it's still a shitty position he is in, be it that he does it now or later. Either way, it's still more debt. It's just I would assume that the less interest is like the lesser of the two evils. But whatever.
Idea. But I might have to do it. Trying to refinance the mortgage on my house here because my house's equity has gone up huge in the past 2 years because the house values in this area, excuse me, the home values in this area have risen dramatically in the past 2 years. So maybe I could refinance and maybe take some of my debt and wrap it in there and reduce my payments or something. I don't know. I'm literally grasping at straws at this point because I've never been in this position. I've been in situations where, yeah, it might have looked bleak, but I always kind of had a silver lining at the end. Now I'm literally being told I'm doing everything right, and I'm still failing somehow. And I don't understand it. How could you do everything right, be told you're doing everything right, but your views are down and your revenue's down? So
because maybe you're listening to the wrong people, because these people who are giving you, like, you're doing everything right is telling you that. That's the thing that people need to understand about DSP fans, is that they're not really nurturing growth or advancement. They're just trying to keep them complacent because they don't want to be blocked. They don't want to be. They don't want to leave their. They don't want to lose their forum access. They don't want to be blocked on Twitter. So they all suck his dick, and they tell him, "Don't change. You're great where you are." While he does need to change, because it's obviously not working. But obviously he's not going to do that. Because Phil is very smart, guys. He knows what he's doing. He has a business degree, guys. He has a business degree. A degree in business.
All I can say is this, everyone. The reason I'm bringing this...
Also, and remember, Nintendo is doomed. And Nintendo doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And they're out of touch, and they're doomed. They're doomed, guys. Nintendo is doomed. Not Phil, okay, guys? Nintendo is doomed. Doomed.
This up in the week in preview. I love doing this. And the week in preview is the pivotal day of the week when I get to tell you all the stuff that I'm covering. Very shortly, if by the end of the year this doesn't turn around, I don't think you're going to be seeing me around as much as you did, if at all, because I won't be able to do YouTube as a job anymore. I was actually, literally, I was on the phone with my mother today, talking to her about this, and she's like, well, how could you get out of all that debt? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Declare bankruptcy and ruin my credit and having to move out of this house?
Declare bankruptcy. Can he even do that? Like, does it... I mean, again, I'm not a business degree, so I don't really know. Maybe he's right, but have you ever heard of a YouTuber declare bankruptcy? I mean, he should just get a job, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that sounds like a good idea. We're 13 minutes in, so remember, he was going to talk about this for 5 to 10 minutes, guys. I'm sure he's wrapping it up.
You know what I mean? It's like, if I could just make the money that I was making last year before all the trolling happened that really screwed me over, I'd be fine. I'd be more than fine. I'd be able to save money, and I'd be able to pay off my debts. And those kids that fucked with me last year with those false copyright strikes really have no idea how much they hurt me. Like, someone could have run up and stabbed me, and if I survived it, probably would have been less damaging than what those fucking kids did to me.
Oh my god, dude. It's like all these kids, they did all the stuff that damaged me that they don't understand. And it's like, we're gonna talk about copyright strikes again? Well, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into that because I think we're all tired of hearing it. But I absolutely love how he said, well, someone could have stabbed me and that would have been fine. But, oh, I lose money, that's dangerous, guys. So he basically confirmed that he values money over his own personal health. Where do you have to be in life to value money over your personal life, your personal health? That is fucked up. Because I can't believe that he even said that, to be honest. And if I was his, and like, imagine if his parents watched this and they're like, he values money more than his own life, than his own health. That's fucked up. Like, that is definitely fucked up. And I love how, lots of love, that his mom, he was talking to his mom, and his mom was like, oh my god, Phil, how are you gonna get out of this debt? And he's like, I don't know, dude. I can't, nothing I could do. And it's just, how do you think after that phone call happened, what do you think the conversation was between Darkside Dad and Darkside Mom? How do you think the fucking discussion went? Honey, our son is in so much debt, he doesn't know what to do. Oh, well, I guess you have to bail him out again. Like, he's 34 years old. 34, and he has, like, he mentions in the pre-stream that he's talking that his parents might be doing something to help him with his debt or whatever. He's 35 years old. What is he gonna do when his parents pass away? I know that's kind of a shitty thing to say, but come on, we all, well, as kids, we all understand the notion that our parents are gonna leave us at some point. What is he gonna do when they eventually leave? He can't keep mooching off of them. He can't. Realistically, he can't. And even if let's say they are even immortal, let's say that his parents are immortal. He's 35 years old. That's not fair for them to help their son get off his debt that he got into himself. If he didn't move across country, even if he didn't meet Payne Lee, he probably would have been in a better position. But instead, he got involved with Payne Lee. Okay, that's fine. Then he decided to move all the way to Washington, all the way. Like, some people who move from a state they were in, they might try to stay in that vicinity or somewhere close, not on the other end of the country. The only people that do that are people who are trying to either go to California, who want to have a career in business, or have serious issues at home, or they don't want to be anywhere near the hometown or whatever. But he went all the way to Washington. And then, I also remember he vaguely mentioned moving to Texas. But that probably didn't come of anything, but I remember him talking about it. But he is mooching off his parents at the age of 34 or 35. That is really fucked up. And then to say that he values money more than his own life. Dude, just listen to yourself. Listen to yourself.
Me last year. I mean, I'm devastated. And
he's devastated. Look how devastated he is. I'm devastated, guys. I'm really devastated that these people put copyright strikes on my channel, and I could get stabbed, and that'd be perfectly fine with me. But This is devastating. I'm very devastated, guys. Uh, Abe, give this guy an Oscar. Okay, give him an Oscar already. This performance is really good. It's a really good performance.
We've tried everything. You know, Leanna got a job this year. She's working and earning money, but it's not going to be enough. Unless I can get YouTube to turn around, it's not going to be enough.
Oh, Leanna got a job. She's doing something that may pay the bills. She's like the breadwinner, but I don't see what else to do. There's no way I can do YouTube and get a job at the same time. It's either all or nothing, guys. Like, oh, okay, whatever.
So what can you do? You are the avid viewer. You're the person who likes my stuff, who watches the weekend preview, who wants to know what can you do. Well, keep doing what you're doing, because according to YouTube, you're doing the positive stuff. You're liking the videos. You're sharing the videos. You're watching for longer. Like, I can't fault anyone on the opposite side of this camera, because according to YouTube, you guys are doing the right thing. Like, the proof is there. The evidence is there that you are loving the stuff and you're doing the right thing. So, to me, I just got to be like, I don't know, right? I can't...
I love how he keeps saying that I can't blame you. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Okay? I can't. It's all... He wants to so bad. I already have a feeling that when he turns off the camera and he's talking to his girlfriend, he's like, oh, these my fucking fans. They're not giving me their money. They're not donating to me. They're not spreading the word as I'm telling them every day. But I can't fucking blame them. I'm gonna blame someone. The detractors and YouTube. I could blame those two things and it'd be perfectly fine, guys. Holy shit, I found the holy grail of blame. Like, what is up with him in trying to blame anything? Like, he doesn't take any responsibility for what he's saying. I mean, good job, Phil.
What do you blame? How do you blame anything? I don't know. So it is what it is. You're doing the right stuff.
What it is.
The only things that I can say you can do, maybe if you're not doing some of those things I just mentioned, please do. And over here, of course, Patreon. And, you know, every once in a while, first of all, I only plug Patreon very rarely. On my pre-streams, once a day. And
very rarely. Okay, yeah, very rarely. He barely talks about his Patreon, even though he does it every time on stream. Like his Patreon, and he kept saying Patreon. Patreon.
And maybe every once in a while in a vlog, okay? And I do not actively advertise during my streams, watch my playthroughs on YouTube, 0 advertisements, right? No ads. You don't see an end card with 100 things to click. Click on this to buy this. Click on this for money. Click on this for this.
Yeah, instead at the end of his KOGaming videos and some of his vlogs, but mostly his KOGaming videos, there's all this plugging at the end. Like, oh, if you like the content, please give a like and subscribe. And please go to my Patreon for Patreon rewards, and you can do this and that. Oh my god, guys, do it. Yeah, but he doesn't have any plugs at the end of his videos. Okay.
What everyone on YouTube does now, and I had never adopted that practice, simply because I want to provide you with the highest quality, unedited, raw playthrough content as quickly as I can divvy it out for you, without me playing for 3 hours and then having to edit for 2 days to add in end cards on every video, and now I only get to play 3 games a month because it's all about advertisement, right? I get to do tons of stuff. I cover tons of games. This is what people have told me over the years they...
But people cover tons of games regardless. The annotation cards at the end of a video is very easy to make. I've done a few on my main channel. I kind of stopped because I was lazy. See? Lazy. I don't do it anymore because I'm lazy. So, see how that works? But, I'm gonna do it again because I'm gonna make a actual, like, fancy little card, actually. And then I'm gonna have all the information there, and it's gonna be great. Mostly, the only information I'm gonna have is next previous video, basically. It's not gonna be, like, crazy stuff, but that's all I'm going to be doing with that. It is very easy to do that because you can just make a generic title card or whatever, title card, and just put that at the end of every video. It's very, 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 very easy, but it's also very easy to be lazy. See, like, the only reason why I didn't do title cards is because I'm very lazy.
like about me. So I don't want to change my formula to be a sellout shill and constantly right here I have to talk about 20 things I'm selling. Here's a shirt. Here's the DSP doily, everyone. The DSP doily only for $5.99 right now up at at the shop. Go there and buy. I don't want to be doing that. I don't. But
Instead, he shills for his Patreon. He shills for Loot Crate in every pre-stream. His girlfriend's soap. And also, it's funny. He still has a link to his shop, and there's King of Hate thongs. Well, really, there are King of Hate thongs you can buy, guys.
Something has to change if I'm to keep doing this. Now, this year, I thought I was doing the right thing between DSP Gaming, KOGaming being the edited content channel, and the King of Hate vlogs here being my vlogging. I separated them, and it was very successful until the summer, and then the whole summer it fucking fell apart. And I don't know what to do about it.
Take a sip.
It wasn't like there was a pivotal thing that happened during the summer where everyone said, well, fuck Phil, we hate him now. Nothing happened. It was actually a very positive summer.
Nothing happened. Very positive. Not like I shat on Alpha Omega Sin. Not like I threw a temper tantrum over Persona 3 and turned one of my longtime fans against me and insulted everyone who told me that I should continue to play that game. That didn't happen. And Scarface didn't happen. Okay, very positive. Nothing he did there that could have pissed anyone off. No way. No way, guys. No way did that Persona 3 rage quit turn anyone off. No fucking way. No way, guys.
People enjoyed the stuff I put out during the summer, so what gives? There's no logical explanation, all right? So, sorry to be so negative, all right? I'm not trying to be, and I don't want to come across like that, especially in my gameplay videos. I want you to be excited and upbeat about the new games I'm covering the next few months. There's some great high-profile releases just this week. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I can't wait. I love Dragon Ball. I've been watching both the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z this year, and I cannot wait to play the game and, this character, that character. I'll recognize the characters from the movies, and I'll remember all the plot lines in my head, rather than last time I played I was so rusty because I couldn't remember half the plot lines. Now I'll remember all that shit, right? And, great games coming up. Dishonored 2, Watch Dogs 2, the new Pokemon game. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for a new Pokemon game. I've been playing Pokemon Go. Where's my phone? I've been playing Pokemon Go on my freaking phone all year. Now I get to...
Dude, fucking really? I can't wait to play Pokemon. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, guys. I play Pokemon Go. Huge fan, guys. I'm a really huge fan. I have Pokemon Go on my phone. Pokemon Go, guys, on my phone. That's how much of a fan I am, guys. Now I get to play a real Pokemon game. I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
Play a new actual Pokemon game with you guys. I'm gonna love doing that. Hey, Final Fantasy 15, are you shitting me? How long has it been since there's been a fucking good Final Fantasy game? Please let this one be good, And just the end of the year, too.
But I thought it was going to be a shitty game, though, Phil. Oh, not maybe a shitty game, but aren't you worried about that game? Didn't you say you were worried about that game?
In December coming up, you got, what is it? Dead Rising 4 and The Last Guardian. And I'm going to be continuing Final Fantasy 15, and my year-end series are coming up. There's so much positive, great stuff coming up, and I don't want you to feel like I'm being negative or this is the end or anything like that. I don't.
Being negative,
the bottom line is I need help, whether it's more views somehow, or spreading the word about my videos, or Patreon. Because I've said this a million times, and people take it for granted, all right? I don't advertise a lot, so not a lot of people hear.
Again, he talks about taking things for granted. I really hate when people fucking say that shit to people. Oh, don't take me for granted. No. You shouldn't take the viewers for granted, Phil. You're the one putting out this video content for us. You should be happy that you're getting the views that you are, and people are donating to your Patreon. You can say, like, well, it would really suck if I left YouTube and you guys wouldn't have, my content to watch anymore. That's one thing. But to say that, oh, well, your life's gonna suck without me, and you're taking me for granted. It's so disingenuous, it's so fake, and it's kind of a shitty thing to say to someone who has devoted their time to give you their money and to watch your videos, to tell them that they're taking you for granted. That is a really shitty thing to say, because they could have been watching any other YouTuber, and you're telling them that, don't take me for granted, guys. You're taking me for granted all the time. If I did that on my main channel, do you think that would fly there? No, everyone would start to leave and say that I'm a fucking asshole.
About Patreon. It's very simple. It's this simple. Do you watch the Week in Preview every week? Think about it. Do you watch some of my gameplay videos every week? Are they entertaining to you? Or do you watch my vlogging every week? DSP Tries It, which has been the longest running DSP series pretty much ever, right? Do you watch my new edited content over on KOGaming? If your answer to any of those is yes, and the answer is I want to see it continue, Patreon is the way to make it happen. And I say this every day on my stream.
And again, Phil, if you had a goal that allowed me to play against you in Skullgirls, I would donate. But you're never gonna do that, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about that.
Seriously, I'm serious about this. If 10% of the people, 10%, 1/10, who watch my videos and live streams pledged $1 a month to my Patreon,
$1.
I would not ever
guys.
care about YouTube views. I would not ever care about YouTube ad revenue. You never have to hear me have a segment like this again in a video. Okay? It's $1. $1 a month. What is that to you? A pack of gum? You know what I mean? I'm sure.
And again, now he's trying to tell people, oh, it's just $1. You can give me $1, guys, right? He sounds like a fucking crack addict going through withdrawals. Like, they take cocaine, and then, they're trying to get off it, or, they don't have enough money to buy more cocaine, so they're, like, going to their friends, guys, I need $1. Come on, guys, you can give me $1, guys. That's like a stick of gum. You need to give me $1, guys. You can give me $1. Okay? $1 can go to anything else. I was thinking of buying coffee for myself because I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. I was like, oh, I'll just get coffee, I'll buy it. Looked at my wallet, I was like, well, all I have is $8. I like to go to the gym, and unfortunately, the gym I go to, the only place I can park my car is in a parking garage, right? Where I have to pay money. So it's like, okay, well, that's gonna be like $1 if I work out for an hour. So, I could use this money just to do that, and I try to budget myself because I look at what's important, coffee, or using the money to pay for my parking to work out. Working out is my priority, to be honest. So there you go. That's what's important to me. That's why I budget my money that way. Phil just applies everything, and he doesn't think about that. And to say that people, oh, you guys can give me money, that's like a stick of gum, guys. Come on. With that logic, everyone would be saying that. Every single person who has a business would say, hey guys, it's just $1. And it's just shitty to try to take $1 from your fan in that regard, because they should want to give you $1. They shouldn't be like, guys, $1 is pretty cheap. I should give them $1 because, why not? Throw away my money. Like, it's a dangerous practice to use your money in that regard. And I've been there before where I would think, you know what, that's just $1. I'll donate to him. Or I'll buy this because it's just $1. But that shit adds up. If I keep giving Phil $1, like, there's 365 days in a year. Let's say that I give him $1 every month. I would give him $365 that I would be able to pay anywhere else. And it's the same thing with with a few alcoholics that I might have come across that I know, that they buy these $1 beers or $2 beers that are like 40 ounces or whatever. They buy that, and they keep buying it. And then they're like, well, I can't afford this. And it's like, well, yeah, but if you didn't put your money down on all the alcohol, because the amount of alcohol that this guy bought, he would buy it every day. All that money adds up. Just because it's $2 doesn't mean that you're gonna magically get $2 the next day, or that you're not gonna be hurting the bank with those $2. It's not a bad thing, but it's also a very dangerous way of thinking of it's just $1. That's not what you should be saying to people. You just say, guys, it's just $1. Donate to me. It's just $1. That is a very money-grubbing thing to say.
Sure, you throw $1 away on stupid shit every month.
Oh yeah, everything I throw $1 away at is stupid shit. But if I throw it at Phil, who knows how to handle money very well, that he just threw it away on PSVR, he's not even gonna play it anymore for a while. So that's great. He bought it on a Wii U. He bought the PlayStation Move controllers with his money, but we should give him $1 because he handles it a lot better than how we do. Because we spend the dollar like an idiot, not Phil. He doesn't go to fancy hotels that's way above his means. He doesn't live in a big house that he needs. He doesn't live in a gated community, guys. He doesn't do that. Yeah, but we are the ones who are paying money, who are spending $1 on stupid shit. Fuck you. Really, you're gonna tell your viewers and fans that donate, that support you for this long, be it without giving you money or whatever, and you're gonna tell them that they're spending their money on dumb shit? Are you fucking for real, Phil? Are you fucking for real? Dude, if I was a DSP fan, I've said this multiple times, I know, but if I sat through this, if I was this fan for this long and I sat through this, I would have not even donated to him. Because this doesn't even sound grateful. He's not even grateful for the current Patreon supporters. He's not even grateful. And he's just sitting there like, well, I need money. You could give me $1, guys. He's not fucking grateful. Are you fucking for real, Phil? Fuck off.
But you could use it on much more useful stuff, like allowing me to continue to do this 8-year fucking legacy as a...
How is that useful for me, Phil? Once you bring up this argument of usefulness, how about this, Phil? You tell me how useful it is. What does your channel offer that I can't get anywhere else? What can this channel do that Youngtown, Mega 64, H3 Productions, Filthy Frank, Critical, what can your channel offer that those channels can't? Or the Angry Video Game Nerd, for example. What can your channel offer, Phil? Nothing. Because you're a fucking scumbag who is making this fucking rant to pity his fans to donate to him. But he's not even grateful. He's not even grateful. He acts grateful when he gets his way. That's the only way he's grateful, is when he gets his fucking way. Yes, that is a great marksman of a YouTuber. Is a guy who doesn't appreciate your efforts until he gets his way. Wow. Fuck, man.
Business in the future. $1 a month. It's not a lot, okay? Please, if you have never considered pledging to Patreon before, but you like my stuff, please consider doing it if you can do it. Listen, I understand to those who can't, but if you can, I mean, I'm being real with you now. I need the help because I don't know what the fuck is going on with YouTube. I can't change positively when YouTube's telling me everything I'm doing is positive, yet I still have low views and I'm not making any money. It doesn't make sense. So it's got to come from somewhere else. And if Patreon is the way to do it, then Patreon has to be the way to do it. All right? So please, pledge to Patreon. If we could get a significant increase in Patreon pledges this month to show a rally of positivity that I can still make this happen, think about that. That's going to hit me full head of steam into the end of the year, getting, super confident, editing these videos. Right now, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm excited, but I'm very worried. And I don't want that to come through when I'm playing a game or I'm doing something that I'm worried about the future of my business, and now I'm not having fun anymore, or I'm frustrated because I want to get this fucking video out, just get the fuck out of here because I'm so frustrated. I don't want it to be like that.
Well, he was like that during his Battlefield 1 playthrough. Remember when he almost rage quit that game? I was watching the stream, and he was very close to rage quitting that game. Very close.
I wanted to be positive. Earlier this year, I was so overwhelmingly happy and positive. I don't know what the fuck happened over the summer that everything changed like this. I don't. So, what I'll say in summary, and now we'll cover the schedule for this week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being patient. I apologize that I had to put this segment into this video, but it's a serious matter. Every week, 3,000 to 4,000 people watch this particular video. All right? Just think about that. If 1,000 of those people love my video content and pledged $1 a month, if I had a $1,000 increase to my Patreon every month, it would help so much. I mean, so much,
dude.
That I would be over the moon ecstatic. All right? But am I expecting that? No. But if you're looking to help, spread the word, watch the videos, keep doing what you're doing, and please pledge to my Patreon. I hope in the next couple of weeks to months to have a positive update for you. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay?
Take a sip.
All right. Now let's talk the weekend preview. It is Sunday, the 23rd. tonight, immediately following me finishing this video, I may or may not play some Battlefield 1. I was originally planning to maybe do a little bit of offline Battlefield 1. Now it's almost 8:30 p.m. my time, so already just talking, making this video, it's already run over, and now I don't know if I'm going to have the time to do it. It's an iffy thing. I probably more than likely won't. We'll see what happens. But here's the schedule for this week. It's a very exciting schedule. Tomorrow, Monday,
Very exciting.
two gameplay streams. My first stream will be Battlefield 1 multiplayer. Finally, a full stream of Battlefield multiplayer. I know, I've had the game since Friday, and I have not played the full multiplayer at all during any stream, right? The time that I did play it once was at...
What about Gears of War 4? Are you gonna... He's punished Snake Eyes. He's punished DSP. What about Gears of War 4? You never had a main multiplayer session of that game. Why not do that? Why won't you just do that? But okay.
At nighttime, a shorter stream, and I didn't have a good time playing because I was trying the operations mode, and people said it's like the worst mode, and I didn't know that. So tomorrow, I'm trying out the 64-player Conquest maps. I'll be trying some of the smaller maps. I really want to immerse myself in Battlefield 1 multiplayer tomorrow on stream. Monday night, tomorrow night, WWE 2K17. I honestly don't think I'm going to stream it. I think I may just record the videos and upload them to YouTube because it will be a later night stream. I haven't played the game now in a week, and it's going to be hard to get viewership back on a stream for that, and I understand that. But for those who are loving that and want to see it continue, I'll be playing that tomorrow night, and there'll be about 2 new hours of footage on DSP Gaming tomorrow night, okay? Tuesday, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 releases. Big new release. I'm excited. I cannot wait. I love Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. And people loved my playthrough of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1. That was 2 years ago.
Xenoverse 1 was...
people show up to watch the sequel.
The thing with Xenoverse 1, I got that game that was on sale. It was, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I never really got back into it. I didn't even get that far into the game. I got, like, maybe the first 2 missions. And I kind of lost interest. I got really bored. And I don't like games that made me feel that way. Or made me feel bored. And I'm just very skeptical about Xenoverse 2, and I really wanted to get into it, but after hearing that it's like Xenoverse 1, it just kind of killed any interest I had with it, because then it becomes like this whole thing where it's like, why can't it just be a new game? I don't know. Why can't, like, I'm going to go through the same shit I've already did in Xenoverse 1, and it's like, oh, fun. Oh boy. Like, I know there's new stuff at the end, but it's like I have to go through all the same shit as I did before, I feel like. I'm probably going to watch his stream, see what it's all about, but yeah.
Sequel, I hope so. These days, I'm very uncertain at this point, okay? But like I said, I've been watching Dragon Ball Z. I've been playing this game, Dokkan Battle, on my phone all year. It's an amazing game. It's got all the characters from every Dragon Ball lore and everything in it. And it's even got characters from Xenoverse in it. So I've been playing it and enjoying the hell out of it. And I'm hoping that this game's great and that people will enjoy my playthrough of it this week, all right? So that's Tuesday. Tuesday night, I'm going to work on and maybe even release a mini review of the Dark Souls 3 Ashes of Ariandel DLC, which I just completed on the Xbox One. Now, how did I complete it? Because Microsoft goofed up and released it early like a bunch of idiots. I had no plans on playing it this past week, because this technically comes out this Tuesday. But the idiots at Microsoft released it on Thursday night. I happened to grab it, and I played it over the weekend, and I've beaten it within about 6 hours.
Idiots. Microsoft is idiots, but if you do it legally, and you know, like Battlefield 1, you're also fucking idiots. So it's a lose-lose situation with Phil on that one.
So I want to review it for you on KOGaming this week, and I'm hoping I could maybe do that all Tuesday night. That would be great if I could get it together and do a mini review on Tuesday night. All right, perfect, because it comes out Tuesday, so you get a review of it that night. Makes sense, right? Wednesday, I'm going to continue with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and Wednesday night is up in the air, only because the next thing that I really want to do for KOGaming is a review of Battlefield 1, but I can't review Battlefield 1 until I play more of the multiplayer of it. So only having one major session is not enough. I'm definitely going to have to probably play at least one more session of Battlefield 1 before I feel I have enough gameplay under my belt that I could say, okay, it's good or it's bad, and I could do a review. I already have an opinion on the campaign. I thought it was pretty damn good, but I want to see how the multiplayer stacks up before I review this game, okay? So Wednesday, Definitely Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on my main stream. Late night, I don't know. It might be more Battlefield 1 multiplayer. It might be more WWE. We'll see how I feel.
Remember Gears of War 4, that hot game he really likes, and he would love to do a review of that game? Yeah, what happened to that, Phil? Whatever happened to that?
All right. Thursday, kind of the same deal. It's going to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, balanced with something else. Or if I feel that I've gotten enough gameplay in, maybe I'll start my review of Battlefield 1 at that point. I certainly don't want to overpromise you, oh, the review's going to be out this week when I'm not sure it's going to be. I want to take enough time to actually do the sufficient amount of gameplay for you, okay?
Sure.
Now, a couple elephants in the room. Let's talk about them. Number one, Batman, the Telltale series, episode 3 releases this week. It releases on Tuesday. Apparently, Telltale is rushing this game out. The rumor is the whole game will be out by the end of the year. So you know what that tells me? The game was done. The game was done like a long time ago, and they were holding back for some reason, probably to sell it during this hardcore gaming season to try to get more sales, because maybe they saw historically the games that they kind of released during the middle of the year.
I love how he kind of complained about how Telltale was taking their time about releasing episodes and all that, and now that they're releasing stuff, on a better fashion, like a monthly fashion, it seems, or like quick, efficient enough. It's like they're rushing it out, guys. They're rushing the game out.
Here weren't doing so well sales-wise, so it looks like they're rushing the game out for the end of the year. Do I want to play the episode? Yes, but I'll be honest with everyone. Battlefield 1, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, those things are more important and more interesting to me right now. Those are the hot new things that I'm going to be focusing on this week. And I think that it's going to have to be Batman that kicks the back burner this week. And I may get to it, sooner rather than later. But I want to promise everyone, I'm playing Batman this week because I think it's stupid that it's coming out so soon. Anyway, it's been a month since the last one, and typically these Telltale games used to be 2 to 3 months between each episode. Now all of a sudden it's every month, which means they were ready to begin with, and they've been holding back. So, I'm not promising you Batman this week. The other elephant in the room is that this Friday, which is October 29th, wait a minute. I said that wrong. This Friday is October 28th. Excuse me. Screwed that up. Titanfall 2 releases. Okay? A lot of people have contacted me, surprisingly, in the past couple of weeks. A lot of people have contacted me and said, Phil, are you going to play Titanfall 2? Because it has a campaign, which is kind of what we want to see. Titanfall 1 didn't have a campaign, and the multiplayer was good, but got way too stale too quickly. Does this warrant a $60 purchase? The answer was no. So now Titanfall 2 actually has a campaign, plus multiplayer, and by the way, I played the multiplayer beta, and I was good at it. I was actually, the best player on my team multiple times, and people were like, wow, Phil's actually doing well.
I'm very good.
Maybe play this some more. So, that being said, should I get Titanfall 2? Well, it's going to depend on a few factors. First of all, how have I done with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2? Have I gotten time to play Battlefield 1? What's the deal with those two games going on? Because if I'm not even close to feel like I've got enough of those two, I don't want to start something new. All right? But let's say maybe I did make great progress in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and I want to break from it and maybe mix it up with something else. And, the possibility that maybe Battlefield 1 I've got a lot of gameplay in. Maybe I will play Titanfall 2. It's on the fence. Let me know. Let me know directly in the comments on Twitter @TheyCallMeDSP. Let me know what you think. Do you want to see Titanfall 2 this week? Or should I just, in the midst of everything going on, I'm already busy with a bunch of new releases. By the way, I want to get back to the PlayStation VR because I want to finish up the game Here They Lie, which I kind of left hanging because I didn't realize how long it was. And there's also PlayStation VR Worlds, which has all these other experiences I want to play and explore, and I haven't had a chance to do it yet. So I have a lot of lingering stuff. Should I just focus on what I have on my plate now, or should I take the plunge, and should I play Titanfall 2 this week as well? Let me know what your thoughts are. All right?
Yeah, let me know what to do.
And I'll mull it over, and I'll have a decision for you by the end of the week. Now, that's it really for this week. So what are you going to see? Battlefield 1, some WWE, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, the review of the Dark Souls 3 DLC, maybe the review of Battlefield 1 if I feel like I've played enough, maybe Titanfall 2. But all that stuff balanced this week. That's what you're going to see. Next week is pretty interesting because next week we've got the Halloween Horror Marathon. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. It's on Halloween Day. And I'm going to be honest with everyone. I have an idea of the costume I want, but I haven't had a chance to buy it. And I'm actually worried now that if I go out to buy it, that the costume stores around here won't even have sufficient stuff for me to get the costume that I wanted. So my costume may be a last-minute job, and you always know how those last-minute Halloween costumes turn out. Maybe I'll just be a big fucking banana for the Halloween marathon.
His costumes are always a last minute job. He probably won't get it until like Sunday, for the Halloween play marathon, and it's probably just gonna be him in a shirt or something. It's probably not gonna even be that good.
Marathon, who knows?
Or it's gonna be the Bowie
God,
costume.
imagine that, or if I'm a big piece of pizza or something. Oh, Jesus. But anyway, the Halloween Marathon is a go. That's Monday, the 31st. And it's going to be great. It's going to have 3 to 4 games. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited for it. I love doing horror-themed stuff. It's going to be much better than last year's because I'm doing multiple games.
Why does he have to tell us that? It's going to be better than because I have multiple games.
Hitman, the last episode of Hitman to conclude the season, comes out on Halloween as well. I'm not playing it that day, but I'm probably going to either play it Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. So I am going to be concluding Hitman that first week of November. I am not playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I refuse. It sucks. Looks like shit. Everything about it looks like shit.
I played the beta and I kind of agree with him. It does suck. I really did not like that beta. I didn't even finish the match. I was so bored because it just felt like Black Ops 3, and even then I was like, I'm kind of contemplating trading in Black Ops 3 for Battlefield 1 because I just don't really care. Black Ops 3 was okay. I liked Advanced Warfare more. I think Advanced Warfare was a better Call of Duty game, and I kind of regret trading that one in. I really hate myself for doing that.
If it looks like shit and it smells like shit, even if they shine it up, it's still shit. So I'm not playing it. I've definitively 100% skipping it this year. Fuck them, okay? But the good news is that gives me more time to focus on these ongoing things that I probably wouldn't have finished by then. And it does give me opportunity to say maybe if I start Titanfall late, I don't know. We'll see. But that whole week, first week in November, is going to be fun.
See what I mean?
Halloween and Hitman.
See what I mean? He's gonna play Titanfall 2. It's confirmed. I don't know why he's like trying to run from it. He knows he wants to play it.
And the ongoing stuff. So there's good stuff coming up, and then of course all the new stuff coming out in November. Ridiculous amount of new releases. So I hope you'll be there for them. All right. I'll conclude with this. Thank you for being patient. I know there's people out there who just can't stand it when I mention the business and the behind-the-scenes stuff. But the bottom line is, if I just vanish from YouTube in December because I'm not making money enough anymore to even pay my bills, and that's it, YouTube's done, I shut it down, and I have to go find a job that probably pays half as much as YouTube, and I have to sell all the shit in the house and sell my house and move out and go do something else like that. People would probably...
Why don't he just move out of that house right now? Find a smaller house that's more affordable and do that. Why doesn't he just do that? Why does he need to stay in this house on a YouTube budget? Why? Why?
Probably be shocked that it just happened out of nowhere. So it kind of makes sense that I should probably forewarn everyone of what's going on my side and the fact that I need your help, all right? Again, I will urge you, if you watch this video, you watch my videos on DSP Gaming, the gameplay, the edited stuff on KOGaming, the vlogging here, and you want to see it continue as a business, I'm not joking. It will go away if I don't see some kind of a positive impact in the next couple of weeks to months. Please pledge to my Patreon. Like I said, if I could get $1,000 extra on Patreon a month, that would do wonders. It would give me some positive push in the right direction, maybe have a little bit more flexibility and not have to be so nervous about the finances anymore. I don't see it happening, though. I mean, I'm a realist. $1,000 a month, that's 1,000 people who watch we're going to give $1 on. I don't know. I hope positive stuff comes out, but we'll see. All right, so please pledge if you can. And, of course, thank you to the following...
The realest motherfucker. So let's go to DSP Gaming. Gonna go to DSP Gaming. Imagine if it's like we had like... Oh yeah, because it's playing WWE. I was confused for a second. There we go. Thank you for the support.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome. How are you doing? I am Darkside.
Look how happy he is. He's so happy. Oh boy, just so happy.
Phil, I am here. I am live.
I'm here.
You like it?
Live.
You like it live? Is this what gets you off when it's live?
Are you getting
Well,
off?
it's not that kind of stream. So you're going to be very disappointed. Hello and welcome to my gameplay stream for today. Of course, we have to have the inaugural belch before I can even begin with the pre-stream. I have to just let loose, okay?
That's all it is.
So hello everyone and welcome. How are ya? Hopefully you are doing well. Physically, I'm doing well today. Physically. Let's put it that way.
Not mentally, physically.
And I'm ready. Today, if you're not aware, is going to be Battlefield 1 multiplayer. Okay? Now, if you're wondering, I have not really played multiplayer much. The game came out Friday, and I focused mainly on the campaign. I did play about 2 hours of multiplayer Friday night, but it didn't necessarily go as I had hoped. The first mode that I ended up playing was the Operations mode, which ran like shit, quite honestly, on the PlayStation 4. The frame rate was incredibly choppy. It was almost to the point where it was unplayable. I couldn't even get a bead on most enemies. I would fill them with bullets and they would not die. And what a lot of people are saying is that possibly it was either just a bad connection to that particular match, that server, or that basically Operations mode is the shitty mode. That even though it is the new mode that I should be playing Conquest, the 64-player Conquest mode is supposedly the better mode, okay?
Okay.
So that being said, today I'm going to be playing a lot of variety. I'm going to be definitely doing the Conquest mode that everyone recommended that I play. Alright, but I'm also going to be doing, so hopefully some of the other modes. Now, a little surprise, a little out-of-nowhere kind of surprise deal. This morning when I woke up, I had a message. And the message was from the Airy Lord, who is a friend of mine, who over the years has joined me for co-op in many different ventures and games. Most recently, he joined me all this past year for the Call of Duty 3 Zombies DLCs in Black Ops 3. And he said that he and P-Dog, who also long-time acquaintance, and someone who, used to be a viewer of my content and stuff on YouTube, and I've done co-op with him before as well, said that they wanted to join me today. And I said, why not? Well, it's certainly not going to hurt anything to have a few people in a party.
As long as that's someone to carry him,
I want to forewarn everyone up front, okay? And there might be issues. I don't know. I haven't used the party system yet in Battlefield 1. So I don't know if it's going to be easy to just jump in and play, or if we're going to have technical issues where, oh, no, now one person dropped and another person didn't. I do have microphones enabled for Chris and P-Dog. There's also a third member who's actually Chris's roommate at college. I guess his name is Jack, but he doesn't have a mic right now. They only have one mic per dorm room, I guess. That's the rule. So he can't talk.
I thought it was like him being serious. I was like, what kind of rule is that?
It is what it is. We're just going to jump in and see how this works. This will be a good test for my review, because as you know, I'm going to be reviewing Battlefield 1, and, it's good to have a test of, say, the party system, so that I can kind of fairly review it when I do, rather than just assuming that it works or doesn't work, right?
Right. Yeah.
So, should be fun. Should be a fun stream, something different. And hopefully I get better at the game, because that first session, quite honestly, the whole first hour of multiplayer that I played was kind of a waste. I sucked, and the Operations match that I was in was not a good one, and I just kind of got destroyed and didn't really understand. Then I started playing other modes. I started playing Domination and Rush, and I actually liked it. I was like, wow, this is getting better. I like it now. So I think today I should get the hang of things, hopefully the swing of things. I'll mess around with vehicles and stuff. Should be pretty fun. And also the fact that I'll be able to interact with a few people here in a party should be pretty cool, too. It should be a little bit of a different experience for everybody.
Really
okay?
cool. Really cool, guys.
So that's going to be today's gameplay stream. It's going to be about 3 to 3.5 hours for you. Okay, now, later today, i.e. later tonight, I will be playing more WWE 2K17. That will not be live streamed. I'm just going to record those videos and upload them to YouTube like I usually do. Okay. And that'll be fun. I've liked that playthrough so far. It's been pretty interesting. Boy, the last stream that I played was so wild with the glitches and stuff. My leg was dislocated for half of the matches. It was just out of control. So
Out of
we'll see
control.
what happens tonight as I continue on with that playthrough, okay? Tomorrow is the big new release for the week, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I'm pretty excited, especially because I've been following along with Dragon Ball. Well, not following along because I haven't seen Dragon Ball Super yet. But I have been watching both the original
Me
Dragon
and him are probably waiting. He's probably waiting for the dubs, as I am. I'm still waiting for the dubs. I don't want to watch the subs. I'm sorry. I'm not a subber. I'm all about that dub. I'm a dub life.
Ball series as well as Dragon Ball Z this year. These past few months, actually, I've kind of been watching it and getting reacquainted. That's the word I wanted. Reacquainted with the series because I haven't, watched it since I was a kid, basically.
But he's a huge fan.
So, yeah, pretty good, and it should be a fun playthrough to continue on for this week and next week. If it's anywhere near as long as the first game, it means it's going to be a long playthrough. Okay, so that's going to be fun, and then I'll continue on with everything this week. There'll be probably more Battlefield, more WWE, more Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I am going to be reviewing the Dark Souls 3 DLC tomorrow night. Later this week, I'm going to be working on and maybe releasing my review of Battlefield 1. So, should be pretty interesting. A fun week, a variety of stuff, okay? If you want the full skinny on everything, watch the weekend preview, because I'm sure some people are going to say, but what about Batman? But what about Titanfall 2?
Yeah,
I
watch
fully
the weekend
explained
preview
all of that in the
so you
weekend
guys
preview,
can know
so you know what to expect,
my career.
all right? I'm going to make
business.
this a quick pre-stream, because we want to get started with gameplay, and I got guys sitting in a party waiting to play. But I will say this, thank you to those of you who did watch the weekend preview last night and sent me some nice messages. Some people actually, watched the weekend preview and hearing about what's going on with me and my business. They pledged to my Patreon for the very first time. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to anyone who, gave me positive feedback, constructive criticism, pledged to my Patreon, anything. Thank you. Because that's what I need right now. I need positivity.
I like how his thing is, I mean, I'm not gonna criticize, at least he's saying thank you, but it's kind of like a quick one. It's like, thank you for doing this, I need the positivity. Like, it just doesn't sound that genuine to me, but, whatever.
And I need support. And it's good that I have a community of people who watch my stuff, who want to see this continue and be successful, who are kind of coming out of the woodwork now and supporting. It's funny because it's the constant factor that I've always seen on YouTube is the negative. No matter what, whether I'm doing well or I'm doing poorly, whether I'm on a high or a low, the negative is always a factor. You always get the people who talk shit, who make fun, who say you suck, but it's the positive that keeps you going, but the positive is not a constant. Some people watch the stuff, but they take it for granted, and they're like, well, maybe, Phil knows that he's doing good, right?
Dude, he begged, and his begging works, and now he's telling people that they're still taking him for granted. How much of a fucker do you have to be to just give this double-handed compliment? He is backhanded compliment. He's like, well, I got people giving me support. Now people are taking me for granted. It's like, they're giving you money, you fucking ass.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily, especially when, I'm in a position like I am right now, where it's October, and this should be the busiest gaming time of the year for me. I should have, people in high views, and people coming out to watch my stuff more than the rest of the year, and it's not happening. It's nice to get some positive reinforcement and or to know that people actually care. So thank you to those of you who did actually, contribute, who, went out of their way to message me. A lot of people did, and I thank you for that, okay?
Yeah,
Really
I wonder why they messaged you, Phil. Was it because maybe they just felt bad for that man-child that was on the weekend preview last night? Maybe they messaged you because they thought you were gonna kill yourself. Dude, you went on a 25-minute rant saying how bad your life is, and you just have to beg and beg and beg. It's astounding. It's astounding.
Appreciate it. So thank you.
Really astounding. Thank you.
I'm not going to go into super detail about it, all right? And
we're not.
I'm just going to leave it at this. Thank you. Okay?
We're not gonna go into super detail about all the people that went out of their way. I'm not gonna go into any more detail on how much they saved my business. So let's not talk about it because that's not a big deal.
So, plugs wise, I'm not even going to go into major plugs today.
Oh, I wonder why.
I'm just going to say a few things. You know, if you are supportive of me and my business and you want to see continue to succeed and keep being my main business, right? 8 years that I've been on YouTube, and I'd like to keep doing it as a job. There's many ways you could support. You can get a new Loot Crate subscription, using the referral code and discount code in my description of my videos and streams, right? You can follow me on Twitter. You can spread the word about DSP Gaming and KOGaming, my two active gameplay and editing style channels. You can pledge to my Patreon. Again, thanks to those who did pledge overnight.
KOGaming is active,
but
guys.
Just because we may be hitting the funding goal for this month, you know, doesn't mean that I don't need your help. I do. Especially if things keep going the way they are. That's what someone in the stream chat earlier was like, well, looks like Phil's going to hit the goal for October, so I don't need to pledge this month. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. That's...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Give me your money. Don't fucking hide it from me. Just because we're hitting the goal doesn't mean that I can't take your money. Give me your money. Give it to me. Come on, give it.
It's not the case. The case here is that I need every little bit of support that
I need every little bit of your money.
Things don't turn around on YouTube, it's going to be Patreon that's going to have to pick up the slack for that. So please, consider pledging to Patreon if you haven't. People who do pledge like the perks and stuff that they get. It's just that I don't talk about it a lot.
But wasn't that the point of Patreon in the first place, to make up for YouTube? Wasn't that one of the main things you said about it? But I guess I remember a different DSP.
Because I only talk about it on pre-stream, it doesn't get a lot of exposure, and I don't advertise during my gameplay. It's a lot different than most other YouTubers, you know what I mean? So please consider pledging if you haven't yet, all right? And, of course, my girlfriend has her own business, The Black Current. She makes handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. Maybe consider getting something from there, right? For a present for someone during the holidays or whatever coming up. Definitely check it out, okay?
Yeah, check it out. Merry Christmas, girlfriend. Here is a bar of soap. Because why did you want anything else? Here's a bar of soap. Hope you like it.
All right. So that is it. I'm not going to go long on pre-stream. It's over. It's already over. We're going to start. We're going to see that hopefully this works out and the multiplayer works and the matchmaking works and we can get matches going and everything. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
All right. So thanks, everyone. And now I will unmute the party and everything. You'll start hearing everyone talking, and we'll go from there. Here we go.
All right. So that's it for DSP. It's... Oh, get out of here, California. Yo, oh, look. 213-408-3289. Yeah, Los Angeles, California. I wonder who that is. From Los Angeles. Yeah, I know a lot of people from LA, guys. So that's it for this video. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. See you guys next.